Ernst & Young is a partner with Government of Uttar Pradesh in many areas, including for the IT and ITES sector. And we're working closely with them to build a whole ecosystem. The ecosystem involves academia, it involves industry, it involves consulting firms, and of course the government and citizens. So how do you bring all of these people together is something that we're working with them. Of course, at the heart of it is research, because AI is going to be research oriented. We are also working with government to understand what the use cases in various departments could be. And finally, the point that being the most populous state and fairly digitally advanced in terms of e-governance and other activities, it sits on very rich data. Now, can we use this data in an ethical way? Can we use this data to train large language models? And that becomes really the source for many things that will progress on AI, because data is the key. I think we all know that when technologies emerge, some companies will be successful and some will not be successful. But we do have a framework of evaluating such companies. It depends on the founders, it depends on the track record, it depends upon our understanding which is the way forward technology will head. But at the end of the day, there is some art to it, and it's not all science. And some level of subjectivity needs to take into account. But essentially, it's through a framework process. So I think it's important to understand that we are at a start of a journey. And when we are start of a journey, things you plan for, but they don't always happen in the same way. Important thing is to keep correcting on course, and really is to bring, like I said, the whole ecosystem together. Once you have the ecosystem, there brings a pull factor. How is Silicon Valley created and how does it continue to nurture? So we are following different models. In AI, particularly London and Silicon Valley are at the forefront. So is Bangalore to some extent. But what we are creating in Lucknow is going to leapfrog one generation. Like India leapfrog from to 3G and 4G and now 5G. I think Lucknow is in a position to do that. And the government is very supportive of that effort. They're putting a lot of effort behind it, and I think it's going to happen. So the government of Uttar Pradesh has a dial 112. A lot of AI and machine learning can further be built into this to proactively look at areas where disruption is going to happen and plan better for it. We can also look at a lot of social media analytics to see the threat perception, sentiment analysis. So there are various tools which can be used in conjunction with AI. And a lot of the foundational work the government of UP has done. So if you add the AI layer, the machine learning layer, and some of the analytics layer together, I think they could be in a good position to actually proactively preempt some of these threats. I think this is a journey. What was good e-governance yesterday will be average today. So it was first to just digitize the business processes, but now we want to put the end user at the heart. So if citizens at the heart, then how do you evolve the services around that? How can you customize the service to each particular citizen? How can you use AI that the citizen really interacts real time to find solutions? So this is the next level of e-governance and digitization that is expected. Education is very important. At the end of the day, AI can actually be a individual private tutor to each human being. And I think that's the idea. And we need to put all of the education at the heart of it, build large databases where all of the content is available, and how do you extract that content and how do you make it accessible at literally no cost to every person wanting to study or want to educate himself even in later life. So I think education is fundamental. The best use cases will come out in education and medicine. I think on medicine, AI has already been used. So for medicine and healthcare, AI is not new, but it will continue to evolve. And I think AI powered through robotics, or robotics powered through AI, is the next gen on medicine. A lot of biotech work is also happening around AI. And the time required to do some of the DNA analysis, gene therapy analysis is going to significantly reduce as you have larger and better trained AI models. It's important to bring all stakeholders together, and it's not a one-time, one-shot exercise. This needs to happen continually. People need to be on the same page. What I also want to lay out is that there is the safety element of AI, the ethical element of AI is very important, and we need to be able to build on that. We need to be able to propagate that so that it is done in an ethical way, in a safe way, and government clearly has a role to play as a regulator in it. So information dissemination for now, getting all the ecosystem stakeholders and then building on it in the next generation of conferences.